All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
This time, we're going to kind of a world that's both breathtakingly vast and surprisingly close to home.
Mm-hmm.
The oceans,
Right.
Earth's oceans.
Yes.
We're going to be exploring not just their beauty. You know, we all love to go to the beach and look at the ocean and everything.
And of course.
But also the crucial role that the oceans play in all of our lives, all of life on Earth, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the very real threats that they're facing, as we are all becoming increasingly aware of.
Mm-hmm.
And then the exciting concept of what's being called the blue economy, which is really exciting, I think, and offers a lot of hope for the future. So
Yeah, lots to unpack there.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget, in our day-to-day lives, how deeply we're all intertwined with the oceans.
Yeah.
They're not just a picturesque backdrop for, our vacations and things like that.
Right.
They really are the lifeblood of the planet.
Yeah, absolutely. They impact everything from
Yeah.
the air we breathe to the, the rain that falls on our crops.
Absolutely.
And we're so used to thinking of the Amazon rainforest as like the lungs of the planet.
Right.
But in reality, it's the oceans that produce most of the oxygen that we breathe.
It's true, yeah.
And they regulate our climate in ways that most people don't really think about.
Yeah.
They act like a giant thermostat,
Mm-hmm.
absorbing and distributing heat all around the globe.
Yeah, keeping everything in balance.
Yeah. And so let's kind of break that down a little bit.
Okay.
For people listening, how does that affect something like, say, rainfall patterns?
Well, you can think of it this way.
Okay.
Ocean currents, right? They act like these massive conveyor belts,
Okay.
moving warm water from the tropics toward the poles, and then cold water back towards the equator.
Wow.
And you know how sometimes the weather can seem unpredictable?
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially lately.
Well, these currents play a huge role in that. They
Yeah.
carry moisture across vast distances, and then that moisture eventually falls as rain, sometimes thousands of miles away from where it originated.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
It really highlights how interconnected everything is on this planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're talking about the oceans influencing agriculture, ecosystems, even our drinking water supplies.
It all comes back to the oceans in some way or another.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, these intricate systems that we've been talking about are under threat.
Yeah.
And, climate change is probably the most pressing issue that we face in this regard.
Yeah, let's dive into that a little bit.
Okay.
We hear a lot about rising ocean temperatures.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean for marine life?
So even a small increase in temperature
Sure.
can cause this cascade effect.
Okay.
We're seeing widespread coral bleaching, for example.
Yeah.
Corals have this symbiotic relationship with algae that live within their tissues.
Right?
When the water gets too warm, those algae get expelled.
Wow.
And that causes the coral to lose its color and its main food source.
Oh, wow.
Essentially, it's starving these vibrant ecosystems.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that has pretty significant implications for
Yeah,
all the countless species that rely on coral reefs for food and shelter.
absolutely. It disrupts the entire food chain.
Yeah.
Leads to a loss of biodiversity.
Mm-hmm.
We're also seeing changes in fish migration patterns, which is impacting fisheries and the livelihoods of people who live in coastal communities.
Right. It's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It is disheartening to
Yeah,
hear
yeah.
about all these threats.
Good.
But thankfully, there's a growing movement
Yeah.
that is focused on solutions for all this.
Huh.
And this is where the blue economy comes in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So-
The blue economy is essentially a new way of thinking
Okay.
about how we interact with the ocean.
Okay.
It's about moving beyond those traditional industries
Okay.
like fishing and oil extraction, which often exploit and damage the ocean.
Right.
And instead, we're focusing on sustainable and regenerative practices.
So paint us a picture. What would a true blue economy look like in action?
Well,
Yeah.
imagine vast offshore wind farms
Okay.
harnessing the power of the wind to generate clean energy,
Right.
or sustainable aquaculture farms that minimize their environmental impact while still providing us with seafood.
Yeah. I've even read about scientists exploring marine biotechnology,
Yeah.
like using compounds found in marine organisms to develop new medicines. It's
Absolutely.
really fascinating.
Yeah, that's a rapidly growing field with huge potential.
Right.
And the best part is the
Yeah.
blue economy isn't just for governments and corporations.
Right.
Everyone listening has a role to play.
So what does this all mean for someone listening right now?
Right.
What can they actually do to contribute?
Well, even small actions can make a big difference.
Okay.
Reducing our carbon footprint by driving less,
Right.
conserving energy at home,
Mm-hmm.
choosing sustainable seafood options.
Yes.
Those all contribute to a healthier ocean.
Right.
Even something as simple as participating in a beach cleanup can have a positive impact.
Yeah, it's empowering to think that our individual choices can actually have a global impact.
Absolutely. And that's the message that we need to spread.
Yeah.
We need to embrace the blue economy,
Yeah.
not just as an economic model,
Right.
but as a way of life, a way of thinking about our relationship with the oceans.
Yeah, that's a really powerful thought to end on.
Mm-hmm.
So for everyone listening, what innovative solution for a blue economy future are you most excited about and why?
Yeah.
What resonates with you?
Yeah.
Let that be the starting point for your own deep dive into this crucial topic.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.